Hey, Lifestyle fam. I'm so excited to be able to share these beautiful subconscious, energetic, and somatic practices with you as a bonus supplement to the Lifestyle AF journal and workbook. You are going to experience some really cool shifts, some really cool releases, and have these little things in your toolbox as you embark on this journey into non-monogamy and BDSM. Thank you so much for allowing me to support and guide you in this space, and let's go. It is really common for new lifestylers to feel anxiety, feelings of anxiousness around an upcoming play session, dates, first time at the club, even talking to people on social apps. So I want you to use this recording in order to release that anxiety and those feelings of anxiousness surrounding those upcoming events. You can even use this multiple times for different events. These techniques are really cool and it uses your timeline. So I'm going to assume that you guys have never experienced timeline integration techniques for maximum empowerment. So we're going to take you on some basic adventures on your timeline first before we actually release the anxiety. Go ahead and get into a comfortable position. Close your eyes and just listen to my voice. I have a feeling if I were to ask your unconscious mind, where is your future and where is your past, that you'd point in a certain direction, like front to back, side to side, up and down, or in some direction in relationship to your body. Now, it's not your conscious, logical, thought out answer that I want, it's your natural, unconscious answer I want, your first impulse. So if I were to ask your unconscious mind, where is your future and where is your past, which directions would you point? You can go ahead and point those or not. It's totally fine. But just notice that those directions imply a line. So what I want you to do now is just go ahead and close your eyes if they aren't already and think of your timeline that you just pointed at. Now, when I say timeline, I do not mean something that you see, because in a moment I'm going to ask you to float above it. And by float, I also mean as sound waves float on the wind, or as you may float in a pool or a bathtub. However you imagine your timeline is just perfect because it is yours. So go ahead now and just float above your timeline, making sure you're looking through your own eyes instead of seeing your own self floating. Now, staying up above your timeline, I'd like you to just turn and face the past. Just turn so you're facing the past and float back into the past. At the unconscious level, there's no concept of time, so your unconscious can take you there as quickly as it likes. You can take as much or as little time as you'd like. Just go ahead and float right back into the past as far as you'd like. And when you're ready, turn around and face the future, turning back towards now. And when you're ready, just go ahead and float right out into the future, remembering at the unconscious level, there's no concept of time, so you can take as little time as you'd like. Just go ahead and float right onto the future as far as you'd like. And when you're there, take note and turn around and face back to now. So you're facing back into the past. And now I want you to float way up into the air. In fact, float so high that your entire timeline seems to be only an inch long. And when you're there, just go ahead and float all the way back down into now. Just float back into now and come back into the room. Wonderful. So now what we are going to do is we are going to release that anxiety. So I want you to ask yourself, What is it that you're anxious about? Again, working with that specific event that's upcoming, whether it be your first time at a club, a vacation, a date, a conversation even, a play session. What specifically are you anxious about? Closing your eyes, I want you to float up above your timeline like we just did, and then float 15 minutes past the successful completion of the thing of which you were anxious about. And when you get there, just take note and turn around and look toward now on the timeline and ask yourself, where is the anxiety? Is it there, or is it just gone now? Just imagine that successful completion of the event, looking back and noticing that the anxiety is just gone now. So I want you now to come back to now over your timeline and come back into the room. See how simple that was? Let's see. Let's test how you're feeling. Think about that event now. How is it different? How are you feeling about it? And if this were to happen in the future, a new date, a new club, go out to that time and notice what's changed. If you still feel some pending anxiety, I know there's a part of you that feels like anxiety is important for motivation, and I agree it's important to be motivated, but holding on to that anxiety goes against your most important job of preserving the body. Are there other ways in which you can be motivated towards that event without holding on to that anxiety? If the anxiety is all gone now, I hope you have a big smile on your face and you are ready to go and conquer that event, conquer that conversation, conquer that date, and have the best time. Talk to you soon.